welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to switch it up and try and do something a little bit more natural, and so I created this look for you guys. I hope that you guys really like it. If you are new to my channel, what's up? My name's Brooke. I post makeup tutorials on the weekly. I post makeup tutorials weekly. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel or if you aren't already subscribed, please click that subscribe button down below. It would mean so much to me, and thank you so much to everyone who was already subscribed. It genuinely makes my day and makes me so happy, and it means so much to me, so I just want to say thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get started. It's gonna be chill today. We're gonna chill, we're just gonna sit and do our makeup. It's a Sunday, I need my coffee, hold on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is my face today. Since I'm not using any dark shadows, I don't have to worry about fallout. I'm going to be using my Becca First Light Priming Filter. It feels nice and moisturizing, but it also adds a bit of a sheen and glow to the skin. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in my brows. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. I'm going to speed this up, but all I do is I line under my brows, on top of my brows, and then I fill them in, so you guys will get to see that. If you want to see an in-depth brow tutorial, I would love to do that. I don't know if it's something that you guys want to see, so give this video a thumbs up if it is something you want to see, so I know and I can film that guy. I can film that guy for you. I can film that for you guys. My brows are thick today, but I'm not mad about it. They're thick with 2 C's, okay? I'm going to be going in with my IT Cosmetics by Under Eye to correct the darkness under my eyes today. I want it to look like I'm not exhausted. I am going to apply this using my finger because it is thicker. This just helps to warm it up, and I feel like it really blends it out really nicely, but also gives it the fullest pigmentation possible. So I like to bring that under my eye and then into my inner corner as well. And then I'm just going to bring that up around the lid. I'm going to use this as my primer because I'm lazy. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and I'm going to put this on the high points of my face just because I want a little bit of an extra glow. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe Damp Beauty Blender Beauty Sponge, and I'm going to be blending in my foundation. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's like literally probably my favorite foundation. It's the one I find that I reach for the most. And I'm just going to start by dabbing this onto my cheeks and blending it out. I'm starting in the center where I want the most coverage and then blending out from there. Because we are doing a light application today, I want to make sure that the areas that I want covered are covered, but I still want a little bit of skin peeking through. I feel like I just contradicted myself, but I think you guys know what I mean. Now I'm just going to flip it and blend in that corrector and smooth it out in case it settled into any fine lines. And I'm going to go in and conceal with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I've used a handful of times and I am already completely obsessed with it. It's absolutely amazing. This is very, very, very pigmented, and it's a bit lighter than I thought it was going to be, so I'm only going to dot it under my eye instead of like not sweeping, but painting it on more so. I'm just going to bring it like that, and then to balance out the highlight, I'm going to bring it slightly down my nose. So next I'm going to be taking my cream bronzer, which I found that I've been reaching for this a lot lately. I just love the way it looks. I feel like it makes you look very fresh and awake and alive, which is what I'm going for on a day-to-day basis, considering that I'm usually exhausted. I'm going to be taking this on my Sigma F84 Kabuki brush, which is just an angled kabuki brush, and I'm just going to be tapping into the product and then tapping this into my cheekbone area. I'm also going to put this on my temples and on my jawline. You guys know the drill, just anywhere where I normally bronze / contour, just on the perimeters of my face. Then I'm just going to go over that with my damp beauty blender just to blend it all out. Now I'm going to be applying my RCMA No Color Powder with the same sponge. I'm going to be taking the pointy side and just setting my under eye with this. I love, love, love using powders and a damp sponge together just because I feel like it really sets and pushes the product into the skin, but it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look powdery, it looks just like your skin, and it also just helps everything to feel a bit more moisturized because under eyes can get very dry very quickly, seeing as it doesn't produce much oil. So I love this. If you haven't tried this out, try it out. I use it with my loose powder, pressed powders, anything. It's just like I live for it. Now I'm going to take my BareMinerals BarePro powder, which I love. You can tell I'm like hitting pan really hard here. I'm just going to take my sponge again, dip into this, and then tap this on the rest of my face to set everything else. Sometimes I use a brush with this. My favorite brush to use is my Morphe E1 brush. This is like my favorite powder brush ever, but since I want to keep in that moisture and just set everything into the skin really nicely, I'm just going to use my Morphe sponge instead. This is going to set my foundation, but it's also going to help all of the powders that I put on afterwards to not stick to any tacky parts of my skin and kind of get spotty or blotchy. It's going to make everything just look very nice and smooth. That is one problem I used to have all the time back before I started setting my foundation. It's a game changer. I'm going to do a slight contour today using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I'm just using the shade Fawn, which is this center shade right here, and I'm just going to slightly chisel out the perimeters of my face. Now I'm just going to take a clean powder brush and just go over that to blend everything out. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe 9BZ bronzing palette, and I'm going to mix together these two top right shades right here. I'm going to be applying that using my Morphe E41 brush, which is just literally my favorite brush. This is probably top 3 favorite brushes for the face. I'm obsessed with it. The whole Morphe Elite collection I absolutely love. It's by far my favorite collection by them. So I'm just going to take this and apply these two bronzers. I love this brush because it's big enough that you don't have to spend a lot of time bronzing your face, but because of the tulip or dome shape that the brush has, it really fits well in those contours of your face. I feel like I have control over the product as well. It's really nice because I feel like it places it down and blends it out simultaneously. I'm obsessed with this brush, you guys. Pick it up if you can because I promise you will love it. It's just going to make your life so much easier. So now I'm going to be taking my Morphe G8 brush and the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection face palette. I'm going to be taking the blush in the shade Rose Spritz, which is right here. This is a beautiful luminous blush, and it's just going to help to bring the face to life and enhance the glow that we already have going. I'm just going to tap this right over this high point on my cheek above where I put my contour, and then I'm just going to blend it out. For highlight today, I'm going to be mixing the two highlighters in this palette together, which is Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop, and I'm going to be applying that using my Morphe R36 brush. I really like using this for my highlight because it gives me a lot of precision over where I'm putting the highlight, but also blends it out really nicely. So I'm just going to start by putting this on the high points of my cheek, on my cheekbone. So now I'm going to go back in and blend again. I like to blend a lot throughout my makeup process. So I'm going to take my R2 brush by Morphe and just use this to blend over that cheek area using a very light hand. I don't really want to move the product, I just want to blend everything together. I'm going to move on to eyes, and I'm going to be dipping back into my Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to be taking this Amaretto shade right here, and I'm going to put this in my crease as my transition shade. I really, really love this shade because I love using it as a blush, but it's also so beautiful because it's warm, but it has that pinky tone to it. I love the way it looks on the eyes. So I'm just popping that in my crease and then blending upwards. Just like that. Now using the same brush, this is my Morphe E28. I'm going to go into my Morphe 3502 palette right here. I'm going to pick up the shade Terracotta, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to take it on that same fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that all over my lid. I'm going to start in the outer corner here and then just slowly bring it onto that lid. I'm also working it a bit into the crease, but mostly focusing on just blending this out for the time being. So you can see I'm taking that all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner in circular and windshield wiper motions, and I'm just bringing that all over the lid and then slightly bringing that into the crease. So now that we have that first shade down, I'm going to go in with a bit of a darker shade. I'm going to be taking the shade Chestnut, which is this shade right here. I love the tone that it has to this. It's a very, very rich, warm brown, and there's a bit of a red undertone in it, which I am absolutely loving lately. I'm going to take that on my Morphe E17 brush, and I'm just going to work that into the outer corner. I do want to keep it natural, but I also want to add a bit of definition in this area out here. So then just going in with a clean blending brush and going over this area right here to blend everything out. Now I'm going to be going in with White Lies by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to be putting this in my inner corner just to brighten everything up. Just using a flat shader brush to do so, I'm just working from the inner corner and slightly blending that onto the lid. So now I'm going to be going in with Americano by Makeup Geek because I've decided I want that outer corner to be a little bit darker, and I'm just going to build up the definition and slightly blend this into the crease. I'm focusing on keeping this in the outer V. I don't want to bring it too much onto the lid. I'm strictly keeping it in this outer corner out here. Now I'm going to take Burnt Orange by Anastasia, which is this shade right here. I'm going to tap that right in the center of my lid. So between where we have that inner corner shade and the outer corner shade, I want a bit of this transition in there. I love using this shade for this purpose because it's so soft and natural. I feel like it kind of just brings everything together and helps everything look very seamless. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe eyeliner in the shade Richie. I'm going to be lining my lash line with this. I'm not going to do wing liner today, even though I really want to, because I'm trying to keep this on the more natural side. So I'm just going to line and then blend this out. So now I'm just going to take a pencil brush and blend this out. These liners are very creamy, so I'm being careful not to blend it out too much because I don't want to cover up the eyeshadow too much, but I also want it to be a bit smokier. So now that I am done lining my eyes, or I should say the top of my lash line, I'm going to go in with my Morphe liner in the shade Dark Room. This is just a straight black, and I'm going to be putting this in my tight line. Now I'm going to go in and put that Richie color on my lower waterline again. I don't want to use black because it's a bit too harsh for the look that I'm going for today. So I'm just going to put this in my waterline. I'm going to go in and curl my lashes and use my Monsieur Big mascara today. I'm going to be taking the Eylure Wispy Lash number 117 lash, and I'm going to apply this today. Okay, so now that I have the lashes on, I'm going to go in and blend out my lower lash line. I'm just going to be taking a fluffy brush and Burnt Orange by Anastasia, which is the shade right here. I showed it earlier in the video. And I'm just going to blend out my lower waterline. And I'm just going straight in with a blending brush just because it gets the job done easier, and I don't need to be too precise with this because I want it blended out anyways. So I'm going to take this highlight with this yellow undertone here from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to put that in my inner corner. Now I'm just going to put a quick coat of mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to be using the Morphe Plush Lip. This is in the shade Lulu, and I'm just going to put this all over. And this completes the look for today's tutorial, so I hope you guys liked it. I tried to stick a bit more on the natural side today. I think I went a little bit less natural than I really wanted to. It's so hard for me to sit down and do a natural makeup look because once I sit down to do it, I kind of start doing all the little extra bits you can do here and there, and then I end up with a full face of makeup. But it's okay. I like today's vibe. It's a chill Sunday makeup. If you guys like this video, as always, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I will see you guys next week. Bye guys. Please clip that. I can't talk. I'm gonna start off with the face today because no, I'm not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know what I want to do. Anastasia Beverly Hills. Bleh. So much stuff everywhere. My Monsieur Big eyeliner, not eyeliner, what is my problem today? So now I'm going to take my corrector, which is the Bye Bye Under Eye. Now I'm going to take my corrector, which is the Bye Bye Under Eye by NYX. I don't know what my problem is today. I'm not here. I don't know where I am. I apologize, you guys. This is embarrassing. Wait, what? I'm blending it in circular and white. With my Urban Decay All Night Setting Powder. Everything down with my, I almost said MAC Fix Plus.